Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I'm Aliaa binti Anis. I'm from University Utara Malaysia, and today I'd like to present about my research on the factors influencing the intention to switch prepaid mobile phone services in Malaysia. In this presentation, I will start with the introduction and followed with the research problem, and next the literature review and hypothesis development, and after that the research framework, the methodology of study, the analysis and the findings, and followed by the discussion, and finally the conclusion. Now I will discuss about the overview of telecommunication services in Malaysia. In Malaysia, telecommunications sector revenue recorded 34.8 billion, with mobile service providers contribute a huge chunk equivalent to 64% of the total telecommunication revenue. And the MCMC 2019 also reported that the number of subscribers increased from 33.9 million to 44.6 million subscribers in total. And apart from that, the MCMC 2019 revealed that there are 31.3 million prepaid mobile phone subscribers as compared to postpaid mobile phone subscribers, which is only 13.3 million. This shows that prepaid mobile phone subscribers is very important in mobile industry in Malaysia. Now I will explain about the research problem. Why it is very important to understand the factors that influence customers' intention to switch in Malaysian prepaid mobile phone services. First, because there is high competition in telecommunication services, especially in Malaysia. And second, because customers tend to switch their mobile service provider if they have better alternative. In fact, customers are more concerned about price and which mobile service provider offering better services. And to make it worse, the implementation of NMP that allowed the customers to retain their current number even though they change their mobile subscription. And another reason is because the number of prepaid mobile phone subscribers dropped from 36.8 million subscribers to 30.8 million subscribers during the period 2014 to 2018. However, research focusing on switching behavior in Malaysia context is scarce, and based on a literature search, previous studies on switching behavior in telecommunication services focus only on the factors that influence switching intention in mobile phone services in general, rather than measuring the customer's intention to switch in the prepaid segment. For that reason, this study was conducted to examine the influence of price, satisfaction, alternative attractiveness, and MNP-induced self-efficacy on intention to switch in prepaid mobile phone services. Now I will proceed with literature review. According to Jung et al. 2017, switching behavior is defined as the action of changing the goods or services that have been previously used, and it is subordinated to behavioral intention. Consumer switch behavior actually has become the main issue in marketing studies since the past decade. And the reason is because the effect of consumer switching behavior to the survival, profitability, and growth of the companies. Based on a literature search, past research on switching behavior in services industry has been conducted in banking services, energy services, insurance services, and IT services. There are few studies has been conducted in telecommunication services. However, the studies only concentrate on switching intention or actual switching behavior in mobile phone services in general, and the study has been conducted outside Malaysia. According to CDQ et al. 2010, price is the most significant factors of customer switching. In fact, the possibility of customer to leave the current service provider is higher if they are not satisfied with the service. Apart from that, the users might decide to change to another service provider if the attractiveness of another service provider is higher than their level of satisfaction at the current service provider. And the last variable, MNP-induced self-efficacy, is a strong predictor of switching intention. Next is hypothesis development. In this study, there are 4 hypotheses. For H1, price positively influences intention to switch. For H2, satisfaction negatively influences intention to switch. For H3, alternative attractiveness positively influences intention to switch. And finally, H4, MNP-induced self-efficacy positively influences intention to switch. Now is research framework. Based on the research framework, there are 4 direct factors that influence intention to switch. Price, satisfaction, alternative attractiveness, and MNP-induced self-efficacy are expected to have a direct relationship with intention to switch. Now let's move to methodology. In this study, quantitative approach was applied to test the hypothesis and validate the framework. The framework of this study is to test the relationship between price, satisfaction, alternative attractiveness, MNP-induced self-efficacy, and intention to switch. The survey method with cross-sectional design was used to answer the questions in which data were gathered at once. The unit of analysis are individual students who are undergraduate university students and the prepaid mobile phone subscribers. 456 questionnaires were distributed at 6 universities in northern region in Malaysia. There are 6 universities. First is University Utara Malaysia. Second is University Malaysia Perlis. Third, University Science Malaysia. Next, UiTM Perlis, Kedah, and Perak. And finally, by using systematic sampling technique, every 10 living customers from the mall or cafeteria in the selected universities were intercepted to answer the question participate in the self-administered questionnaire. For analysis and findings, 456 questionnaires were distributed, 408 were returned, and finally only 339 questionnaires were valid and usable, giving a response rate of 74.3%. This study found that most of the respondents were doing bachelor's degree, the age at 18 to 25 years old, and majority of the respondents are female. In terms of ethnicity, most of the respondents are Malay, and majority of the respondents using Celcom. Bootstrapping technique in SmartPLS was used to check whether the hypotheses in this study were supported or not. There are 4 hypotheses here, and the bootstrapping result show that all the hypotheses is supported. Based on the hypothesis, the study has confirmed that price positively and significantly influence intention to switch. The possible reason why price become very important because customers are more concerned about price and which mobile service provider offering better services. The next result has confirmed that satisfaction has a negative and significant influence on intention to switch. Therefore, to prevent customer switching, mobile phone service provider must ensure that their services satisfy the subscribers. The result also confirmed that alternative attractiveness positively and significantly influence intention to switch. The reason may be because customers nowadays tend to switch their mobile service provider if they have better alternative. And finally, the study has confirmed that MNP-induced self-efficacy has a positive and significant influence on intention to switch. Or in other words, customers tend to switch prepaid mobile phone services because they believe that they have high tendency to switch with MNP. In conclusion, the study provides an understanding on the factors that influence customers' intention to switch in Malaysian prepaid mobile services, and we can conclude that customers' intention to switch prepaid mobile phone services depend on price, satisfaction, alternative attractiveness, and MNP-induced self-efficacy. Thank you for lending your ears. Assalamualaikum.